Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. It's a little bit dark today, so I'm hoping it's light enough for you to see the project I'm working on. So my apologies that it might be a little bit dark. This week I've been looking at paper pumpkin things, and because we've had such a brilliant offer that actually finishes today, the 10th, I thought I'd take the time to show you last month's paper pumpkin. So this was the September paper pumpkin kit, and usually it comes in an orange box, but because this was for Halloween, it's in a special little, a black box with little spiders and things. And once you open it, you get instructions of what you're making. And for the last little while, they've been putting a tape measure on the bottom as well, which has been a really nice enhancement. Sometimes the instructions are in colour and sometimes in black and white. But you get everything you need to make whatever the kit is that month. And this month's happened to be 24 cellophane treat bags. Now, I don't need 24 cellophane treat bags because we don't really celebrate Halloween too much. So I've been making other things ready for my mom and me class when I'm having some mums and some children come to make things. And let me just show you. If it's your first month of paper pumpkin, you get a little clear block as well. And every month you get a little stamping spot, and the only thing you really need is going to be scissors. So I'd seen on the internet that somebody had made a little card like this. I'm not sure what they put inside, but I just used some of the stamps. And I made another one with the little pumpkins as well. And then, let me just pop that down. And then when I was looking at the supplies, it came to me that I could make a different kind of a card for my older children who are coming to the Mum and Me class. Here's the little stamp set that we got, and then all the little treat bags, and then glue spots or glue dots. Normally we buy them on a roll, but for paper pumpkin they always give us a little sheet of them, and stamping dimensionals, and then just bits and pieces that go with the set. They're all prepared. You don't have to sort of cut anything out really, or start and look for what else would go with it. And then twine as well. But I'm going to show you a gatefold card that I'm making, and I think this will be one that the children, when they come with their mums, they can make quite easily. Now, as I said earlier, I don't do a lot of Halloween things, so I don't have the latest paper or anything, which is the Toil and Trouble paper. But I do have this paper from a couple of years ago, and it was in the Halloween series, and so I'm actually going to use that. As I say, this one isn't available now, but there are different papers available in the catalogue at the moment. And I don't really have Halloween stamps, apart from the ones that have come with paper pumpkin. But I do have the cat stamp. I use this quite a lot at the preschool. And so I'm going to use this stamp, this punch. I don't have the stamps that go with it. So I'm going to use these stamps, my cat punch, my retired designer paper, and here we go. So to make my gatefold, I've started off with a piece of black card at 8.5 by 5.25. And instead of scoring it down the middle like I usually do, I've scored it at 2 1/8 on that side. I turned it round, scored it 2 1/8 on that side. If you don't want to turn it round, I think it's 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. That sounds right, doesn't it? 6 3/8, yeah, okay. So that's going to be our base card, and I'm just going to fold where I've scored. Oh, don't worry about my bone folder. I dropped it on a pad of black ink and it won't come off. So Still works though. So that's the basis for the gate card. And then I've made 2 panels to go down here. I don't have the pumpkin pie in the ink. I do have it in the blends, but not in the ink. So what I've done is I've used Calypso Coral, and I've cut these at 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and you need 2 of them, 1 for each side of the card. And then you're going to need DSP that's cut at 1 5/8 by 5. Let me just attach that. I'm going to have the little bat side showing. So I'll be using the bat stamp from the paper pumpkin. Okay, and then let's put that on the front. Oh, let's get a new one out. I knew it was going to run out sometime very soon. Okay, let's see which way these bats go. They go that way. I'm going to open it up so I can actually see the edges a little bit better. So when it's black on black, I can't always see it so well. Okay, and then the same at the other side. So these will become the 2 front panels. And we'll do our inside piece as well. So for the inside, you're going to need just an ordinary 5 by 4 piece of card. You could make it 5 1/4 by 4 if you wanted, but let me get this. But I want to put it like this, and I just wanted to have a little bit more at the top and the bottom than the sides. So instead of cutting it at 5 1/4 by 4, I actually cut it at 5 by 4. Pop that in there. Oops. There we go. And then for this piece, this is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. And we're just going to pop that in the middle. I'm going to put that there, and I'm not going to show you what I've stamped on there yet, so I just have to put this out of camera for a second. Okay, let's close that up so you can't see, because it's going to be a surprise. Okay, now to keep this card closed, we need to make a little belly band, and so I've used the orange, the Calypso Coral, and I've cut the belly band at 9 1/2 inches long by 1 1/2 inches, and I've scored it at 2 3/4 on each end. Now it's not quite sort of the same on both sides, but I just need to have enough to overlap, and you only need that overlap on one side. So I'm just going to check that it goes around the card. Make sure that you have the join at the front and that it's not too tight to move up and down. And that's going to be about right. You don't want it too loose or it will fall off the card before, you know, the person's probably opened it. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to make a picture to go on the belly band. Sometimes I just put a label or a sentiment, but this time I'm making a picture. So I need another piece of the Calypso Coral, and this piece is going to be 3 1/4 by 4. And then I need a white piece of card that's 3 by 3 3/4. If you need the measurements, just send me a message and I can write them down for you. It's not a problem. Okay, and then from this pack of paper, I chose some of the paper that had the houses on. And this little piece is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. And I'm just going to layer it on the top. Just like this. There we go. And then that's going to adhere to the front of the belly band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the belly band like this and the piece here just at the side, so I know how much tape I'm going to need and where I'm going to need it. I find that if I put the tape here, it's a bit more difficult for me, because once I put it on the belly band, I have little bits of glue at the top and at the bottom. So I just put this on here and sort of measure where I want it. There we go. And then what I've also done is used my cat punch, and I've just punched out a cat and a little piece of scrap paper in the black, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on. Let me just see. Here's my big dimensionals. Got any left on here? Oh yeah. So I'm only going to put a couple on, just so that our cat sticks off the card a little bit. I'm going to pop him just at the bottom here. Doesn't matter if he overlaps the belly band, it won't matter at all. There we are. Okay, so let's put that to one side. Oh, no, there's something else still to go on it. These were some of the stickers that were in the Paper Pumpkin set, and I didn't want the purple, I wanted black. So I just used my Stampin' Right marker and I coloured over one of the sayings that say spooky, and then I'm just going to put this over like this. Okay. And then on the inside, what I did was I took the stamps from the Paper Pumpkin and I used this Boo stamp and the two, I'm not sure if you can see them there, two, let's take that off so it's not glaring so much, two little bats. And I just stamped the little bats inside and the word Boo. And I did think while I was doing it that it looked very much like the DSP. If you don't have any Halloween DSP, you could just make your own with this. Just stamp the little bats. You could do, there's little spiders, and I need my glasses because I can't see what else there is. Little stars. I'm not sure what this is. No, I can't work out what that is. I have to put my glasses on and see. Just a minute. Oh. So this is a star, and oh, it's a tiny spider. And there's a bigger spider, and another star, and the bats. You could even put the jack-o'-lantern on if you wanted to. So if you don't have the paper, don't worry, make your own. So that's all stamped with the Boo and the two little bats. And then in the kit, the Paper Pumpkin kit, one of the sheets has little bats. So I've just popped one on a dimensional and I'm going to put him inside. Now I did cut out another little cat. Could always put him in as well, but I didn't leave an awful lot of room for writing. So let's see. So no, I think I'll just leave the bat on mine. Let's pop that paper back on there. Okay, and then the only other thing we need to do is to pop this through the belly band. And there we are. A very quick little Halloween card using old paper, the cat punch and some of our Paper Pumpkin things. Now I did find that had one other little stamp, and it's this one. There's a little boy and a girl for Christmas and a little girl for Valentine's Day. So what I did was I just stamped her and cut her out with one of the circle dies, and I've coloured her in. And I thought if you didn't have the little cat, let's just pop a piece of card over it, just so that covers it up. So what you could do is stamp a little bit around the background on here, pop hair on, maybe like this, and that would work as well. In fact, she's quite pretty, isn't she? She's quite a cutie. Okay, so there we are. That's my paper pumpkin alternative using some retired paper, but doesn't matter if you don't have the paper because you could use the paper pumpkin stamps. Now today is the very last day to sign up to get paper pumpkin for $7. They're having a flash sale at Stampin' Up, and you can get the November set. No, it'll be the October set. It's only October now. So you can get the October set. It has to be sent for and ordered today by the end of the 10th, because after the 10th, that's when Stampin' Up starts sending out paper pumpkin. So you would need to sign up. If you don't have a demonstrator already and you'd like to sign up, I would love to be your demonstrator. Just send me a line or have a look on my Facebook group at Crafts by the Bow, because there I've got the details for signing up as well. But I hope you liked that little card. If you don't celebrate Halloween, like I don't really, this is a nice template for a card to use for any occasion. And you don't have to use a square piece here. You could just use the circle with the little girl on. So let me just turn the belly band round so that you could see. But you could put a Christmas tree on, you could just put flowers on. Let's just pop you down there. See? So that template for the gatefold card is such an easy one to do, and it works for any occasion. So thank you very much for watching me. If you'd like to get the paper pumpkin kit, give me a message or go onto my Facebook page and have a look, and it will send you the link. Usually for October, the cards, it's usually fall cards. I'm not saying it will be fall cards this time, but it usually is. And then the November kit is the start of our Christmas items. So I always look forward to that one. So next month is going to be my very favourite, I think. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye everyone.